In my teenage, I used to be inspired by the Ahle Hadith. But today, since Ahle Hadith has lost its charm, and most of the Ahle Hadith of today are the Salafis or the Wahhabis, that's the reason I have distanced myself from every sect, whether that be Ahle Hadith, Deobandi, or Barelvi. I was inspired by the Ahle Hadith due to Dr. Zakir Naik, although he never considers himself to be Ahle Hadith, but his methodology is almost 100% similar to the Ahle Hadith. And I feel that Ahle Hadith over the time has become more rigid. First, Ahle Hadith was a breath of fresh air as compared to the Deobandis and the Barelvis. It was more of a reformist movement in India. Than a sectarian movement. But today, Al Hadith has become the same sect like the Deobandis and the Barelvis. And this is a big problem which the Al Hadiths are facing. I used to consider them very intellectual, but in today's time, I am seeing that most of the Al Hadiths have become dogmatic, similar to the Deobandis and the Barelvis. And I now find that the view of Gandhi Sahib or the Farai school of thought to be more appealing, because and even the likes of Mufti Abu Lais and similar kind of scholar who speak on the basis of reason. Now the first the Ahladis of the past were very reason based. Even I would say that Dr. Zakir Naik, the the personality of Dr. Zakir Naik, he uses logic as his methodology. Fine. But today's Ahladis, they have nothing to do with logic, they have nothing to do with the reason, they have nothing to do with the intellect. They in fact see these things as against Quran and Sunnah. They think that they even object that why are you using your reason? Why are you doing akli etaras? My question to them: if I do not use akli etaras, what should I do? Should I make dumb etaras? Because what is opposite of akal? The opposite of akal is bewakufi. So should I do bewakufi etaras, or I should do akli etaras? So today in today's time, you can see we have the likes of Gandhi Saab, we have Dr. Yasir Qadhi. Although Dr. Yasir Qadhi may be dogmatic in some of the field, but most of the time I have seen him that he is intellectual. We have uh, we have Mufti Abu Lais Al Maliki. We have even the likes of Muhammad Hijab. He's not a scholar, but he has a great contribution towards the intellect and philosophy, and even against atheism. He has done a very good job. I may disagree with his methodology. He's quite uh, inclined towards the Salfi school of thought, but he is very different from the Salfi school of thought. So we should not bind ourselves in any school of thought. We should take advantage of every school of thought which is present, because school of thought is at our service. We are not in the service of school of thought. We are in the service of Islam, not any school of thought. School of thought just gives you the way, the correct understanding uh, of Islam. It is not Islam, it is an understanding of Islam. It is fiqh. And the best part of school of thought is that since it is a fiqh, you have the right to disagree. But you don't have, as a Muslim, right to disagree with Allah and His Messenger. But you have the right to disagree with any school of thought, any sect. You have the right to disagree with them. So this is what I would like to say, that we should follow Quran and Sunnah. We should understand Quran and Sunnah based upon intellect. because Quran says over and over again, afala taqilun, that do they not reason, afala tadabbarun, do they not ponder, afala tafakkarun, do they not think. So we need to be more reason based as compared to more dogmatic and more close minded, because if even we become close minded, what is the difference between us and non Muslims? Because even they can say that you cannot use reason against our religion, you should not ask question against our religion. What will be the difference? The difference is that we use reason and they do not use reason. And Quran is filled with this verse, afala taqilun, la'allakum tattaqun, afala tadabbarun, that the people who take heed, who are guided, are the ulil albab. Fine. So we need to be more of reason minded, we need to be more easygoing, flexible, because religion is ease. Religion does, the purpose of religion in this life is not to make our life difficult. Allah says in the Quran, yuridukum Allahu yusra wala yuridukum Allahu usra, that Allah intends ease for you, Allah does not intend difficulty for you. This is what we should do, and we should never uh, feel that all the tahqiq have been already done, so we should do taqleed of any of the scholars. We should never think like that. We should always continue our tahqiq, because our tahqiq is human, and human does make mistake. Allah and His Rasul does not make mistake. So when you consider your tahqiq to be above mistake, then you are actually giving the status of Allah and His Rasul to the scholars, which cannot be given at all.